Kids, smile here!
Is after the African religion that is honored and worshipped here in Cuba by all people of all color here.
It's all one block. It's been painted. Unbelievable. Taking this. Havana University. This one didn't make it quite as far as the rest of them. What do you think, Jack?
Oh yeah, but it's a great old car though.
All right, give me the Che Guevara story.
Che had traveled up from Argentina on his motorcycle and had been appalled by the conditions of most people living in Latin America, and he had decided, since he was young, energetic, and wanted to be passionate about some sort of social change in the society, that he decided to adopt the Cuban Revolution. He had met Fidel after Fidel was released from prison in 1955. Fidel went immediately to Mexico to start to organize the underground movement, which then became known as the MR 26-7 movement, which was the July 26 movement. And they met in Mexico in 1955, where they shared similar ideas about social change, about social justice, that was then adopted and carried on by the second War of Independence, which was initiated by Jose Marti.
Terrific. All right, we learned some stuff about Guevara, his personal life.
He was married to Aleida March here in Cuba, although he had two wives. His wife died, and then he married Aleida March, and she's still living here, and they had 5 niños, 5 children, of which 1 died of cancer, and the 4 are living here in Cuba, raising their families. They frequently travel back and forth to Argentina, where Che was from, and however have decided to stay here in Cuba.
In Castro. The mortal remains belonging to Commander Ernesto Che Guevara, as well as his comrades, were carried on the coffins we just saw from Bolivia to our country. Further on, they were paid homage in the Granma's room, which is located at the Ministry of the Revolutionary Army Forces. On October 8th, 1967, Commander Ernesto Che Guevara was taken to La Higuera school, and he was murdered the next day.
So on the left-hand side, you can see some more of that kind of housing, and this area on the right-hand side is the one that is going to be used for the building.
I mean, they were very friendly toward us. Every place you go, people shake your hand, they come up to you. We brought baseballs, T-shirts, baseball caps, crayons. People were very appreciative to get those kinds of things too.
Just give me
The U.S. and Cuban governments haven't agreed on much in recent years. They now agree, however, that Elian should be returned to his father. So one of the ironies in this story is that it may in the end draw the American and Cuban governments closer together, which would be a change. As ABC's Morton Dean reports from Havana, for the first time since the U.S. embargo against Cuba started 40 years ago, a lot of things are changing.
At the Elian rallies, Cubans passionately chant the old battle cry of the Castro Revolution. Cuba, si, Yankee, no. Cuba, yes, Yankee, no. But in some ways, they really don't mean it. Just look around Havana. Just about anywhere in Havana. Americans, lots of them.
People are very friendly. I mean, if anything, people really like Americans.
If Cuba is furious with some Americans, others are being warmly welcomed here. And they are coming in greater numbers. Musicians, the Milwaukee Symphony. Students, these for a college course on Ernest Hemingway, the American writer still revered here. Athletes, St. Thomas College of Minnesota versus the University of Havana, competitive but friendly. The Elian affair is being treated as a separate issue and has had virtually no effect on the trend toward better relations between Cuba and the U.S. More than 3,000 representatives of U.S. businesses are expected to visit Cuba this year, 2.5 times the number 5 years ago. And in the middle of the storm over Elian, the first American trade show in 40 years, 97 companies, including some of the biggest, Archer Daniels Midland, Procter & Gamble. The Americans see future opportunities here. Cuba sees a chance to convince Americans it's not only time for Elian to come home, but time for the embargo to end. Morton Dean, ABC News, Havana.